Adon Rigg here. Today I want to talk about 3 cold calling tips when you're on the phone. Now, before I give you the 3 tips, I want you to stop for a moment and put yourself in the shoes of the person you're calling. And I want to imagine where they might be in their daily process. Now, you might be going through a receptionist, you may be calling the actual user or decision maker that you want to speak to. Whomever it is, you need to put yourself in his or her shoes. So let's assume you are calling a receptionist and they are busy and they are also gatekeepers protecting their boss or protecting the person that you're trying to get to. In a lot of circumstances, people within organizations are friends. They probably go out for drinks on a Friday night. So not only are you calling their friend, you're calling their boss, and you are calling and they are busy. So imagine someone calls you, you pick up the phone and you say hello, and someone says, "Can you tell me who I speak to in charge of such and such?" Now your back probably gets up right away. You're probably like, oh, there's a salesperson. I need to protect whomever. I don't even like that this person's calling and I'm offended. I am bugged. I am irritated. So that's probably the mindset of the person that you're calling. So in today's technology, tip number 1 is in 75 to 99% of the time, you can easily get a contact name. You can use things like Hoover. You can use things like Sales Genie, Info Canada, Info USA, and they will have phone numbers, names, and in certain circumstances, emails as well. So now, tip number 1 is, instead of calling saying, "Hi, can you tell me who I need to speak to or who is in charge of?" Tip number 1 is, "Hi, can I speak to Bob Forrester, please?" In most circumstances, someone will say, "Yes, hold on, please. May I ask who's calling?" The conversation is different. The conversation is not defensive. The conversation is moving you along the process to getting in front of that person. Tip number 2 is you need to recognize when you're calling someone that you're interrupting their state. You're interrupting what they're doing. They may be involved in a report. They may be sitting back having a coffee and talking with a coworker. They are in a mental state of some sort, and they're not in the state of wanting a salesperson to call them. So you are interrupting them. So the last thing you want to do is say, "Oh, hello Bob, how are you today?" Your antennas go up. "Oh, hi Bob, it's Adon with XYZ Selling." Your antennas go up. "Hello Bob, I understand you are in charge of. Is that correct?" That is a way to get to them. That is a way to change their state. Yes, they are that person, and their natural response is yes. Then the 3rd tip is that you need to be outcome focused. You are not there to talk to them about selling them cleaning supplies or cleaning services or sales training or air conditioners or whatever it is. You are selling outcomes. So, "Bob, I would like to meet with you to show you a way to increase sales by 33% in 30 days. I would like to show you a way to improve the health of your employees and reduce sick days within 30 days. Whatever it might be, that's what you want to call about. That's your message. It's outcome focused. It's not about your product or service. It's about the end result that he or she gets, what they're going to get by meeting with you. And the better the percentages, the dollars, ROI, whatever, those terminologies, the better it is, the more factual it is, the more realistic it is, the more likelihood that you're going to get in front of someone. So remember, tip number 1 is have a name. Tip number 2, recognize you're changing their state and recognize and know what you're going to say to disrupt their state. And number 3 is make sure what you're talking about, what you want, and what you're selling them is outcome focused. I'll see you in the next video.